Hello, my name is Utesa Escudero, and I am an independent consultant with Paparazzi Accessories. I've been a part of our amazing company for 5 years. I'm currently a fashionista with an organization of 850 men and women. I am so excited to be a part of the company. The company has changed my life. Today, I am going to share with you a message that I shared with another team. I just wanted to give you a little bit of information about why I'm talking about this topic and why I feel it's so important. I came across this book as I was looking for something that I could use to help encourage my team, and not only encourage my team, but something that would help me to be a better leader. And I came across this book. I was doing just a random Google search, and I came across this book, and it's named The I in Team. And I know that in every sport, in every organization, it is drilled, it is instilled in us that there is no I in team. And this book opened my eyes to so many different scenarios, to so many different things about the actual I in team. And so the message that I shared with a team that I was asked to speak with, I just basically dispelled the myth that there is no I in team. This is an amazing book. This is not an official review, but I did want to give credit to the authors of the book. The book again is called The I in Team, and it's written by John J. Murphy and Michael McMillan. I listened to it on Audible, but it is available in hard copy. So definitely check it out if you're looking for something to motivate your team, to gain motivation and encouragement as a leader as well. All right, so here is just a little bit of what I shared with a team for Paparazzi Accessories. I hope that you receive something from it. I hope that you learn, earn, and grow from this message. Thank you. So the I in team. Now, how many of you, whether you have been in sports, whether you have worked with a company, whether you, any capacity in life, you have always heard that there is no I in team? Raise your hand, put it in the comments, drop it in the comments if you have always been told that there is no I in team. I've certainly been told it. Growing up, I am not an athlete. Don't have one athletic bone in my body. But I have been a part of many teams. Have you ever been a part of a team and the coach drilled in your brain that there is no I in team? Have you heard it? Now listen, let me just let you know that I am a call and response type girl. If you talk back to me, if you interact with me, we can get through this really quick and smooth. So I know, right, in sports, in groups, in teams, in organizations, you have always heard that there is no I in team. And I want to just kind of shake it up a little bit. I want to stir up this pot a little bit because I read a few months ago this amazing book, and I cannot remember the author's name right now, but I will share it here in the group after I'm done. I read this amazing book, or listened to this amazing book, because I love Audible. I love listening to things while I'm working. And so I was listening to this book, and it started dispelling everything that I had heard, or everything that had been drilled into me about teams, right? Now, we know that we've heard so many acronyms, right? Together, each achieves more. Team, together, each, we've heard so many different acronyms about teams, right? And in none of those acronyms, in any of the things that we have heard, do we ever hear anything that points to the I in team. As a matter of fact, you've been told that there is no I in team over and over again, right? And so we believe that we are not supposed to have our individualism into a team. But I am here to tell you today that the I in team is you. There is an I in team. Can you say that? Can you put that in the comments? I am the I in team. Drop it in the comments, because I want you to really understand the concept that we are talking about here. Okay. There is an I in team, and the I is you. The I is you. There are many I's in team, and I'm going to give you a little bit of those today. I'm going to share a little bit with you those I's. Okay. That's right. I am the I in team. It is important, because if you don't have individuals, all right, working together towards a goal, how are you going to get it done? There are many individuals in a team, and the individuals working together to achieve the goals of the team. Let me pull up my dictionary, because I always like to pull up and give you some definitions behind what I'm talking about, right? Right? The I in the team is not the problem. The problem when the team does not succeed is because the individuals in the team do not work towards the team goals together, right? Right? We are all individuals. And I like to tell my team all the time that we all have something unique. We all have something special that we can contribute. We all have something special, that unique, that is ingrained in us. And when you share those unique qualities towards the goal of the team, you can do anything. You can do anything. So for a team to be successful, the individual has to show up and say, you know what? I am going to give it 100%. I am going to give it 100%. The I's in the team must be identified. The I's in the team must be identified. So let's talk about some of these I's, okay? Let me just dispel. I know you've heard when you were a part of the basketball team, or when you were a part of the track team. I know you've probably heard your coach say, you know what? I has no place. The individual has no place in the team. But I'm here to tell you today that the I is very important. The I is not there to be a problem. The I is there to help individuals come together to meet a goal. That is why the I is there, right? The I is there to help the team, not to break the team down, right? If we all achieve our individual goals, it all contributes to the team goal. Do you know that in paparazzi, although you can be successful as an individual, do you know that you can go so much farther, so much further if you contribute to the overall goals of the team? Because when the team wins, you win. Do you know that? Do you know that? So let's go over some of these I's. I want to tell you, and I know that this is not a low performing team. This is an amazing team, but low performing teams are missing the concept of the I in the team. Low performing teams are missing the I's in teams. All right. So the individual, that's the first I. Can somebody put that in the comments for me? The individual is the first I. Individuals who share their ideas. Individuals, you have to bring something to the table, right? Don't just sit in the background. Don't just sit on the sidelines watching everybody else in the game and you never offer anything, right? You're not contributing to the team when you do that. You're not. All right. So the I's in the team, you have to share your ideas. The I in the team is so very important. So very important. Right? The next I in team is inspiration. Now, we attended a leadership summit on last week. And one of the things that Trent Kirby drove home to us, the next I is inspiration. Inspiration. One of the things that Trent Kirby drove home to us is that you cannot motivate anybody to do anything. You should only be a source of inspiration. The motivation has to come from within, right? But inspiration is the second I, and the inspiration from seeing everyone else's success, from seeing everyone achieve their goals, from seeing people building their dream homes, from seeing people purchasing their dream cars, from seeing people sponsor orphans, right? From seeing people being able to give more than they've ever been able to give, right? That is an inspiration to me. That is what drives me to go out and work towards my own personal goals. Inspiration. Inspiration is what drives others. Okay. So you have to be an inspiration. Nobody wants to follow a Debbie Downer. Nobody wants to follow a negative Nancy. If every time somebody goes to your social media profile, you are complaining, maybe you're complaining maybe you're complaining about not being able to get new releases. Do you know that affects your business? Nobody wants to join a company where there's always somebody complaining, right? That affects your business. And then sometimes we forget that we've complained and talked negatively about our business. And then we go back to that same person that we are trying to bring in. And then we have a problem convincing them, right? Nobody wants to be a part of anything negative. So you should be being an inspiration to others on a daily basis. Inspiration is what moves people. Inspiration. I was so inspired by seeing people being able to retire their husbands, to being able to retire their mothers and fathers. That was an inspiration to me because that is something that I want to do. I want to retire my husband. I wanted my daughter to be able to go to college and not have to worry about finances. I was inspired by all of the positive things that were happening with the company. Inspiration is key. A team without inspiration is a team without energy. Oh, that's a good one. A team without inspiration is a team without energy. When you are inspired, there's no room for complacency. When you are inspired, there's no room for negativity. When you are inspired, there's no room for pessimism. An inspired team is a team with energy, a team that is excited about what they're doing every day, right? Inspiration is key. Is key. Inspiration. All right. Another I. Y'all drop this in. Interdependence. Now, one of the things that I love about Paparazzi is that when we sign our names and we submit our applications, we are independent consultants. We are independent business owners. But in order for the team, remember, we're talking about the I's. We're talking about the I's in team, right? In order for the team to be successful, we have to figure out how we can help each other, how we can benefit from the ideas, the inspiration, all of the other tools, all of the resources that are available. We have to determine how we are going to be able to benefit from those things, right? We have to be interdependent. We have to work together to help one another, right? We have to find the win-win in every situation. Interdependence. How are we going to help push each other to the next level, right? How do we do that? Do we share tips and tools and resources? Do we share the things that have been successful and even share some of the things that are not so successful or that haven't been so successful? Interdependence, right? It's almost like a balancing beam. When you notice that one side is dipping down, you push that other person up so that you can remain balanced. That's interdependence. Interdependence, all right? Putting the team first, because when we put the team first, everyone wins. You win, I win, Tammy wins, Mary wins, Raquel wins. Everyone wins when we are interdependent. The I in team. Intelligence. Now, I just talked about this a little bit. When you have some knowledge, when you have some tools and some resources, do you share that? Do you share it or do you keep it to yourself? Now, I used to be a crime analyst, right? And our responsibility in the intelligence unit was to collect intel. Not only to collect intel, but to conduct analyses on the intel that we receive so that we can turn it into actionable intelligence, right? So again, if you have knowledge, if you have tools, if you have resources, if you have some things that you have tried, succeeded, or failed at, those are things that you need to share, right? Information that just sits there is of no use. It's of no use. Turn the information that you have into intelligence so that it can help you build your team, so that it can help you move your team. Intelligence. We're talking about the I's in team. And as I'm talking about this, I'm sure that a few light bulbs are going off and you're starting to realize that I have a whole lot within me. I have a lot of uniqueness. I have a lot of things within me that I can share that can help my team move forward. That's what it's all about. Realizing the I's that you have that in turn can help your team move forward. That's what the I in team is all about, right? Great teams, you have to look at great teams versus strong competitors, right? Great teams understand their customers. They understand the playing field. They understand the market, the competition, all right? They understand the different positions. So intelligence, if you know what customers are looking for, why not share that, right? If you know a tip for growing the business, why not share that? That makes the team stronger. It makes the team stronger. There is no substitute for knowledge, right? But once you get that knowledge, what you do with that knowledge is the winning factor. What you do with the knowledge, with the intelligence that you have, right? Having intelligence means knowing how to achieve your goal, knowing what it takes to get to the next level. If you are a director in paparazzi, what does it take to get to premier director? If you are a premier director in paparazzi, what does it take to get to the next level? Intelligence. The next I in the team is input. Now, how many of us, we just sit in the team and we watch everyone, we don't engage, we don't post anything? Your input matters. Your input matters. Even if it's just a quick heads up or reminder that new releases is about to drop. Your input. You have something that you can share, even if it's just posting a selfie on how to wear a particular piece of jewelry. Your input. Don't just sit on the background. Don't just sit on the sidelines and be the cheerleader. Now, everybody needs a good cheerleader, but at some point, you have to have some input. At some point, you have to put in on the conversation. Input. You have to put in on the activities, right? You have to put in innovation. Are you innovative? Are you creative? Right? Are you one of those who can come up with a strategy? Are you one of those that can create a skill set? Are you creative? Innovation is what keeps us around. Being able to create new ways of doing things. Innovation, the I in team. All of these things help the team move forward, right? If your way of hosting a messenger party has brought you oodles and oodles of new customers and made you lots of money, why not share the innovative way that you do your messenger parties? Why not share that with your team, right? Again, innovation, creativity, innovation, your ideas, your investment. Oh boy, your investment. Investment, party people. Investment. Who does investing in your business, investing in your team, who does that benefit? Investment. Can I share with you that most brick and mortar companies do not see a return on investment for years into the business, into their business? Do you know that? Some companies have to invest thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into a company before they see 1 cent of profit. Your investment into your business not only benefits you personally, but it also benefits the team. The investment can be time. The investment can be innovation. It can be sharing intelligence. The investment, right? It takes investing in your business daily. I like to think of the SMILE acronym that Missy shared a few years ago at Leadership Summit. Invest. Your sales will help you invest into your team, because if you're selling your jewelry, you should be able to flip that, right? You should be able to flip that, purchase you some more jewelry to keep your business growing, right? The investment not only helps your personal volume, but it also helps your organizational volume. Investment, the investment of your time. Sure, sometimes we have to say no to some things. We have to say no and invest our time into our business. We have to sacrifice sometimes, right? Investment is more than money. It is investment in your time, your skills, your resources. If you invest those things into the team, you are guaranteed to be successful. Investment. So again, there are a whole lot of I's. But the number one I is you. The number one I is you. In order for the team to be successful, you have to have a mix of all of these I's. And there are so many more. There are so many more. But you have to have a combination of all of these things in order for the team to be successful. If you take the I out of team, if you take the I out of team, if you take yourself, remember the I is you, what you have to offer, what you have to give, your unique qualities, your ideas, your information, your investment, your insights, your input, your inspiration, right? Oh, and I almost forgot about my favorite one. Imagination. Imagination. Somebody drop this in there. Imagination. I like to use imagination in the same place as vision. Imagination. So I like to listen to a lot of different motivational speakers while I'm working. And one day I was listening to Dr. Miles Monroe. If you've never listened to Dr. Miles Monroe, I will encourage you to pull him up on YouTube and listen to Dr. Miles Monroe. And so I was listening to him one day, and he was sharing this story. He was sharing this story of a father and daughter who were on a cruise. Now, it didn't go into detail to say if they were on the cruise with the wife, but it talked about the father and the daughter being on the cruise, right? And you know how you stand out on, I've only been on one cruise in my life, but you know how you stand out on the deck and you just stand there and look at the ocean, right? You look at all of the water and all you see is water for miles upon miles, and you see the sky, basically, right? So the father and daughter were on the cruise ship, and there were a lot of people standing out there just looking at the water, right? They were just taking in the moment. They were just taking in the beauty of God's creation, right? And so the daughter, she must have been a little old thing, and she couldn't see over the deck. She couldn't see over the railings. And so she was calling her daddy. You know how your children tug on you, they pull on you. And she kept tugging on her dad, and she was like, "Dad, pick me up. I can't see. Pick me up, pick me up." She couldn't see. And so the daddy picked her up. And she was just in awe. She was in amazement. And she kept saying, "Daddy, look." This always gets me emotional when I tell this story, because as I was listening to it, I was imagining myself in the spot where the daughter was. I was imagining myself as the daughter. And she kept looking, and she kept saying, "Daddy, look, 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 Daddy, look, Daddy." And he kept saying, "Well, baby, what is it? What is it that you're trying to show me? I don't see anything. I just see the water." And she kept saying, "Daddy, look, look, look." And the daddy said, "Well, baby, what is it?" She said, "I can see farther than my eyes can see. I can see into my future. I can see all of my goals. I can see all of my aspirations. I can see all of my dreams. I can see everything that I want in my life." That is what is called vision. If you don't have vision in your business, if you don't have a vision, get one. If you don't allow your imagination to take you beyond where you are right now, get you some imagination, because your imagination is going to push you every day. Your imagination is going to make you get up in the morning. Those dreams, those goals, those aspirations that you want to achieve for your family, it's going to wake you up at night. It's going to keep you up at night. It's going to keep you working hard when your body is telling you to sit down, when your body is telling you to quit. Your imagination, that vision, the vision that you have for what you want for your family. I can see me retiring my husband. I can see me sending my son off to the school he wants to go to. A school that is going to help him grow and become the man that I know he can be. I can see it. I can see my daughter going to cosmetology school. I can see it. I can see my oldest daughter going to real estate school and selling and being a magnificent woman. I can see it. If you don't have a vision, if you don't have an imagination, get one. Get one, because that imagination is going to push you. That vision is going to make you wake up every morning. That vision is going to make you stay up every night. The I in team is you, your imagination, interdependence on each other, making sure that we all are successful, making sure that we help each other achieve their goals, your ideas, your individualism. We all have something special, unique that we can offer to make sure that the team is successful. Your inputs, your inspiration, because when you share your inspiration, it's going to rub off on somebody else, right? When you share your inspiration and you succeed, it's going to rub off on somebody else. The I in team is you. The I in team is you. So I hope you take this and I hope you apply it. And I hope you realize that you are important. You are important to the team. You showing up every day is important because it's going to help the team get there. It's going to help the team achieve their goals. You, that's the I in team. I know I got into a little preachable moment. I apologize, but I'm passionate about this. I am passionate about this, not only because I have seen what working this business can do, not only that, but because it has already changed my life in so many ways. It has changed my life in so many ways. Who would ever think that not only would my husband get to attend his first leadership summit, but this is my fourth. This is my fourth. When I came into the business, I didn't even imagine it. I didn't even think it was possible. But now my way of thinking has changed. So go out there, win. You have everything you need to be successful. Remember, the I is you. I love you all. Have an amazing day. If you want to connect with me on social media, I am Utesa Escudero on social media. I would love to chat with you. If you need me, you know Jill is my girl. So anytime she calls, I'll be here. If any of you call, I will be there. Thank you all so much for listening. Now let's get to work. Go out there and win.